Hello, how are we? Welcome back to the channel Up the Reds TV with me, Andy. Okay, this is the post-match fallout. Aston Villa 4, Liverpool 2. Please like, please share, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Okay, so let's get into it, shall we? Team news at the beginning. No Isak. He was injured. He's injured. No Frimpong. He's injured. No Allison. He's broke. Wirtz and Salah were back on the bench, and the team was Marmadashvili, Gomez, Kanate, Van Dijk, Kirkes, Gravenberch, Jones, McAllister, Slobosly, Ungamoa, and Gakpo. Villa's team, I said yesterday in the pre-match warm-up that Unai Emery will go very, very strong, and that's what he did. He probably put out his strongest team that he could in this game, and I said, and I wouldn't blame him, because his first thing was to get Aston Villa into the Champions League via the Premier League. It's as simple as that. It was for Slot as well, for Liverpool, because we had nothing to play for. Look, we were shite again. Absolutely shite. Playing as individuals. We can't pass the ball through the lines. We don't have any technical ability in that midfield, and yet we were champions. This time last year, we were champions. We were partying. But you know, this result has been coming for a long time. A thrashing like this should tell you everything that you want to know about the head coach and this football team. They are, in my eyes, the worst champions to ever defend the trophy for Liverpool. And it was just plain to see. You know, it was just speechless. The goals that we give away today, it is honestly, you know, I always say to you, Sunday League defending. This is junior school defending. Absolutely junior school defending. You could see what the setup was going to be when that ball got played out. You knew what the movements were going to be. They got the corner from a throw-in. Okay. It was just too fucking easy. No press anywhere from that ball coming into play. And their set-piece coach was loving it, because he's going to get his bonus from that set piece. Even Unai Emery didn't know about that, you know, but absolutely dog shite. No closing down from Ungamoa when the ball went out. No shutting down. McGinn plays an easy pass. Rodgers is free. Gakpo puts his hands behind his back and turns his back. Doesn't even go and engage Rodgers. Rodgers uses him as a shot on goal. Slobosly, what is he doing? What is Slobosly doing? He should have been heading that ball away. He's jumping and jumping out of the way. Marmadashvili couldn't react. 1-0 Villa. 5 minutes before half time. Villa then start to finish the game strong. Van Dijk's pulling his hair out, screaming at the way the goal's been conceded. But do you know what? You could see it coming. You could absolutely see it coming through that first half. Villa were always going to score first before we were. And that's what happened. And like I say, Villa finished the half strong. Slot decides not to make any changes at half time. Barkley comes on for Villa for Lindelof, and 48 minutes, in 3 minutes into the half, Szoboszlai runs down the right. He crosses the ball. He cannot cross a ball when he's running because it went straight into Martinez's hands. 49 minutes, Ungamoa, he has a cross. He crosses the ball. Jones has a shot. It's poor, very poor. And then on 51 minutes, Barkley fouls. Was it Gakpo? Somebody? We get a free kick, and Szoboszlai takes it. Van Dijk at last puts the ball in the back of the net. VAR want to get involved in some stupid stuff today, and they were looking at the push on Dina from Van Dijk. Come on. Then they were looking for an offside. No offside. Goal given. Okay, 55 minutes. Watkins was through. Offside again. But we are so wide open. So wide open. Are we going to get a second goal in this game? No. No, we weren't. Not from the way we were playing. It just didn't look like it was going to come. Ungamoa hits the post. Gakpo misses the rebound. Just sums up that lad, doesn't it? And then on 56 minutes, you just can't make this shit up, can you? A basic throw-in to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai slips. Basic throw back to him. He made the room for himself, and he slips. Rodgers through, Watkins 2-1. It's as easy as that. You know, as easy as that. And at that point, the game was lost. There was no way we were going to score 3 goals to beat that Villa team. Never in a million years. Watkins gets a save. He was clean through. Mamardashvili saves it. It comes back off Watkins, gets a goal kick. 65 minutes. Slot decides to take Gravenberch and Gomez off and put on Wirtz and Chiesa. I wrote down on here 68 minutes that Villa all over the Reds. They are gunning for the third goal, you know, and on 72, Villa get a corner. McAllister goes down for frigging 5 minutes. And when you look at it, it's embarrassing. Absolute embarrassment from McAllister, that. You should not. You're 2-1 down at this point. You should be getting your head on and defending a corner, a set piece, which we are absolutely dog shite at this season. He doesn't. He stays on the floor. Slot tell him to get up. Salah's waiting to come on. Corner comes in. And it's 3-1. It's 3-1 because we are not first to the second ball. We've never been first to the second ball all night. And I said at 2-1 it was game over. At 3-1, I did not want it to be embarrassing. Salah comes on for Gakpo on 74. Wirtz and Salah are trying to do things, but the game's ebbed away from the Reds. Slobberslide ran again like a headless chicken today in the game today, and there was one point where he was given the ball and he ran with it and he overcooked it and lost the ball, and he's knackered, couldn't get back. Another counter for Villa. We just didn't have anything for him. Nothing at all. On 88, McGinn, great finish from him. It's what Salah used to do. Great finish. Yeah, Mamadashvili got his fingertips to it. Could say it's unlucky for him, but it was a great finish, 4-1. And it's becoming embarrassing now. Embarrassing to watch. This tactical masterclass from Arne Slot, the way he set the team up. And of course he was going to leave Ungamoa on for the full 97 minutes because of the boos that he received on Saturday. So 90 plus 7 minutes. Van Dijk scores. We get a corner. Comes to Slobberslide, I think he was, chips it in. Is it? Van Dijk gets it. VAR want to find something to rule the goal out. Score ends at 4-2, but it could have been 5, could have been 6 if Villa would have taken their chances that they had. They had more chances than we did. I didn't pick the team yesterday. I didn't give it out to you yesterday because I had no idea what team was going to be played. And we just want this season to finish, don't we? And look, for me, it's really important that we do not have Arne Slot as the head coach at the beginning of next season. This result has been coming for weeks, and it exposed the tactical inept that Slot and his coaches have. They were absolutely clueless. I've not listened to his interview. He'll probably laugh his way through the post-match, but really the journos should be. Those journos, if you had any balls, you should be telling him what justifies him being the head coach, other than his contract as a year left to go, that he should be spending money and getting players in, be involved in the transfer market. Because I warned you guys yesterday that I would take a draw. And when it went to 1-1, I had a glimmer of hope, or we had a glimmer of hope. But I knew that Villa were going to score a second. And I mentioned earlier on in this video, I didn't think we were going to score a second. We only scored a second because Villa let us. Not because we were pressing or anything like that. So, going through the players, Mamadashvili couldn't do anything about the goals. Let down with the players in front of him. Joey Gomez had a bit of steel in him. Van Dijk and Canate were given the run around by Watkins and Rodgers. Kirkes did all right. Our midfield, McAllister, Jones, Ryan Gravenberg, they were absolutely crap today. Rio Ngamoa was all right in bits today in the game, but defensively he's not at it, and you could see that he's not at it defensively. So Gakpo worked a bit in the first half. Second half, he just disappeared off the face of the earth. You never saw him, and he was meant to be our striker. Plus side, it was good to see that Salah was back. Wirtz was back, been trying to do things quicker. Chiesa's Chiesa. But yeah, it's been a really, really bad day at the office. And this is where we're at now. We are having to rely on other teams to do us a favour against the likes of Bournemouth and Brighton for a Champions League spot. And they'll be sniffing blood this weekend when they play their games. And us Reds will be hiding behind the cushion for 90 minutes plus until their games finish to see what outcome they get. Brighton on the same goals as us because we've let in 4 goals today, and they are 6 points behind us. And Bournemouth Bournemouth 4 points behind us with 2 to go. And I said we needed to avoid the last game shootout between the teams below us, and that's what it's going to turn out to be. And I can't stress enough how really, really bad it is from top to bottom at this club at the moment. And things need to come out in the open after the game against Brentford. I know the day after that, it's is it bank holiday Monday? I think it might be. And things need to be said the day after that game, and they need to be done quickly, because players will be going on their 2-week break or holiday or a week break before they go with their international clubs that are participating in the World Cup, and so they're not going to be asked about Liverpool. Their focus will be on the World Cup tournament, those who are participating in it. And yeah, it is really, really bad, and it ain't going to get better with this head coach and this coaching staff. It needs an absolute clear out. And rumours are that after this transfer window's done, Hughes is pissing off. Well, he can piss off before the transfer window, because he's not bringing the right calibre player in, is he? You know, he's cocked up the biggest transfer window, which was last summer, because we got rid of, was it 10 players? And we only replaced them with half of that. So he can do one. Edwards might do the same. I said to you yesterday that I don't think things are rosy in the garden. above the management, above Slot. I think there's a breakdown of relationships, and that's no good at all, because Hughes will be wanting to save face because he's bought Slot in. Edwards has backed him, but Billy Hogan might be seeing the reaction from the fans, and we are not stupid. We do not want to be watching this type of football with these players who are tactically coached by this head coach. We do not want to see that football at all. Look, this is a boring post-match. I understand that. 20 minutes into it. I promise I won't keep you any longer, and I'll let you get to bed. I'm on the Americano, the strong stuff, because I'm done with shouting. Well, I don't shout. I try and keep calm, and but I am disappointed. I am disappointed that this team has now lost 10. Is it away games? 10 away games this season. So, yeah, I'm really disappointed. I don't want to do the screaming and shouting because there's only one game left. And if the lads don't want to turn up for that game, and if, neither are the fans. Neither are the fans. It's Mo Salah's last game. No one will probably train harder this week in training. And, Robbo's last game. Like I said, I don't think we'll see Alisson. I said 2 weeks ago about Alisson. I don't think he'll play again this season. So yeah, it's biting our teeth time over the weekend for the other fixtures, and we'll just have to wait and see. And the voices will only get louder about Slot. I mean, I did see that silly, is it 3 million petition that's been signed worldwide to get Slot out of the club. Now, I don't do petitions like that, so I've not signed it, but 3 million, that's worldwide. That's how big our fan base is, if that's what's been going around. Okay, enough from me. I hope you've enjoyed this sorrowful post-match fallout, but it is what it is. We are shite, and we've got one game left to make sure that we can compete in the Champions League next season, and because that's all we've got left to play for. And maybe it's a good job it's the last game is at Anfield. So, right, you guys let me know what you think. What did you think of that performance tonight? Will Slot won't. Will the players turn up on Sunday? Because they're certainly not turning up for this tactical genius, are they? Okay. Smash us a like, will you, for this video, and smashers hit that subs button, and share this video as well. Okay, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will do a pre-match if there is no news before then about the Brentford game on it'll be on Friday. Okay, have a boss weekend, guys. Up the Reds.